Missoula's fire chief offering assurances as the fire department deals with its own COVID-19 outbreak, saying firefighters are taking every precaution. Dennis Bragg looks at what measures they're using.
Fire departments have been following rigorous procedures ever since the pandemic began. But for the Missoula Fire Department, things took a turn for the worse this past week, and they're now coping with 5 positive COVID-19 cases.
The coronavirus outbreak means the department is adjusting to deal with the loss of firefighters, but also keeping the public safe as they handle dozens of calls per day.
One of our first priorities is to make sure we're providing a good, safe workplace for our firefighters, and then making sure that, when we're in the station as well as responding to calls, that we're wearing our PPE and both on duty and off duty for all of our firefighters.
Firefighters will look different if they come to your assistance using new protective coveralls, gloves, and full face coverings.
Not just, a one-time throw for PPE, but so we've leaned into some decent coveralls that meet the CDC guidelines and, our N95 masks, and then being able to get some sustainability and reliability out of the PPE that we're wearing and responding to.
Not only will the firefighters look different, but along with their colleagues on the Missoula Police Department and Missoula Emergency Services, new protocols are being followed when they get to the scene of a medical call or other emergency.
Just understanding that you're not going to be surrounded by 4 or 5 different people, that we are strategically looking at and interviewing each of our calls for service, and those people that are calling for help, they get interview questions to, for us to evaluate the exposures.
Chief Brandt says it will also help to communicate clearly with emergency crews if they have questions on scene.
We work very closely with 911. They're a great bunch of people down there, and they ask appropriate questions when they receive the call, and then they get the calls to us so we can go out and do the work. But if you've got signs and symptoms or you've not been feeling great, just let us know that, and we'll be asking those questions too.
Chief Brandt says the fire department has been able to work around the positive cases and the quarantine personnel, with other firefighters jumping in to cover extra shifts and continue to provide full coverage. In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
All right, Dennis, thanks for that. Well, guess who's back just in time for a change in the weather? Elizabeth Copeland joining us.